Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture of this course. In this lecture we will discuss DC biasing of BJT and thermal runaway. The contents of this lecture are DC biasing of BJT, fixed wise or base wise, fixed wise with emitter resistor, collector to base wise or collector feedback wise, voltage divider wise and thermal runaway. DC biasing of BJT. In last lecture, we have studied the selection of Q point on the characteristics of common emitter amplifier circuit. So once the Q point is selected, it must be fixed and stable for the proper operation or the output will not be distorted. So when we have selected the Q point, the biasing voltage and biasing current is also calculated, and the biasing voltage and biasing current must be used for the transistor for properly biasing it before applying any input signal. So Q point is fixed and stable by applying a DC biasing before applying any input signal. If we are not biasing the transistor before input signal, then at the start it will be operate in cutoff region. It means we will not get the proper desired output. So an amplifier amplifies the input signal. It means it must require DC as well as AC analysis, because for amplification purpose we are using AC signal, so we require AC analysis. But before applying input signal, we are fixing the Q point or we are properly biasing the transistor. It means it requires DC analysis. So AC analysis is superimposed on DC voltage in such a way that it must follow the condition for active region, because we are using the transistor as an amplifier. So input junction, that is emitter to base junction, must be in forward bias, and output junction, that is collector to base junction, must operate in reverse bias. And there are different DC biasing circuits for fixing this Q point, and few are fixed bias, collector to base bias, fixed bias with emitter resistor, and potential divider or voltage divider circuit. First, DC biasing circuit is fixed bias or base bias. So fixed bias circuit is given here. One NPN transistor, because this one is common emitter NPN amplifier, and we require two resistors, one for input side, second one for output side. One power supply, that is VCC. So in base resistor current is IV, and in collector resistor current is IC, and in emitter terminal current is IE, that is the summation of IV plus IC. So by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in input loop, VCC equal to IVRV plus VBE. So here we are mentioning this equation, VCC equal to IVRV plus VBE. So from this equation, IV equal to VCC minus VBE divided by RV. And in common emitter configuration, we know the expression for output current, that is collector current, IC equal to beta IV plus 1 plus beta ICBO. So here we are simply putting the value of IV in this expression, then IC equal to beta, IV is VCC minus VB upon RB plus 1 plus beta ICBO. And here target of this lecture is to find out the stability factor for different biasing circuits. So main stability factor is S, that is DIC upon DICBO. So we are simply differentiate IC equation, that is here with respect to ICVO. And when we have differentiated this equation, then finally we got beta plus 1. So here stability factor is beta plus 1. It is quite large. And next target is to find out the Q point voltage and current or Q points parameters. So VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in output loop. VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE. So from this equation, VC equal to VCC minus ICRC. And IC we have already calculated here. So by simply putting IC value in this expression, we can find out the value of VCE. And this corresponding value is VCE is nothing, it is Q point VCE. So Q point coordinate is VCE IC. So VCE is simply this value and IC value is here. Merit of fixed-wise or base-wise circuit is, it is quite easy to calculate the stability factor, but main limitation is stability factor is large. This cannot be used for proper biasing of the amplifier circuit. Few point about fixed-wise circuit, it is quite simple and easy, and it is called fixed-wise because it provides fixed value of input current for a given input resistance value. And limitation of this configuration is the stability factor is depending on beta factor, and beta is most unreliable, unpredictable parameter. Even its value is different for the same model and same type of the transistor. And main limitation of this biasing circuit is stability factor is very high because stability factor is depending on beta factor. Next biasing circuit is fixed wise with emitter resistor. This one is fixed wise circuit with extra emitter resistor. So here we are simply applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in input loop. VCC equal to IVRV plus BBE plus IERE. So VCC equal to IVRV plus BBE plus IERE. From this expression, we must find out the value of input current, that is IV, and here IV equal to VCC minus BBE minus ICRE divided by RV plus RE. And we know the expression for output current in case of common emitter amplifier circuit, that is IC equal to beta IV plus beta plus 1 ICVO. So in this equation we are simply replacing the value of IV by this equation. So IC equal to beta BCC minus BBE minus ICRE divided by RV plus RE plus beta plus 1 ICVO. So that is the output current at Q point. We further simplify this expression by simply taking the value of IC in one side. It is 1 plus beta RE upon RV plus RE into IC equal to beta BCC minus BBE upon RV plus RE plus beta plus 1 ICVO. Now the next target is to find out the stability factor for this biasing circuit. So stability factor S equal to DIC upon DICVO. So we are simply differentiate this equation with respect to ICVO for the calculation of stability factor. And finally we got beta plus 1 RV plus RE divided by RV plus beta plus 1 RE. So from this equation we can see here stability factor is improved as compared to fixed wise because of addition of this RE resistance value. If beta plus 1 RE, this factor is large as compared to RV, then we can ignore the value of RV. If we ignore the value of RV, it means beta plus 1 and here beta plus 1 factors are cancelled out and S is RV upon RE plus 1. So stability factor in this case is nearly equal to 1. So here we are applying KVL equation in output loop for the calculation of second coordinate for Q point. So VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE plus IERE. This equation is shown here, and from this equation BC equal to BCC minus ICRC minus IERE, and IC we have already calculated the value of IC by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in input loop. So these values VCE and IC, these values are simply showing Q point values or Q point coordinates. So from this expression we can see if there is any change, or we can say if IC current is increasing due to any type of variation. Any type of variation means variation due to beta factor, variation due to temperature, and temperature affects ICVO and BVE voltage, and BVE affect IV current. If IC is increasing, it means IC-RE factor is increasing. If there is any change in IC due to any type of variation, then IC-RE factor is also increasing. It means it decreases the value of IV. When IV value is decreases, then it decreases the value of IC. It means this biasing circuit provides negative feedback due to application of RE resistance value. That is the advantages of this configuration. So here we are maintaining the value of IC and trying to free this IC value from any type of variation by applying this negative feedback circuit. Few important points of this biasing circuit. Here stability factor is improved. If IC increases due to temperature variation, then IC-RE factor is increases, and increase in IC-RE factor causes small IV current, and a small IV current reduces IC current. Therefore, variation in IC is nullified. Second case, we have already discussed these things. If RV is very less as compared to beta RE, then stability factor is independent of beta. It means stability factor is improving. What limitation of this assumption is, when RV is very less as compared to beta RE, then it requires high biasing voltage VCC, and this biasing circuit has negative feedback due to RE value. Another biasing circuit is collector to base bias or collector feedback bias. The configuration of this biasing circuit is given here, and we have to find out IC and VCE voltage at Q point. So these points are calculated by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law in input as well as output loops. So by applying KVL equation in input loop, VCC equal to IERC plus RV IB plus BVE. So VCC equal to IVRV plus BVE plus IERC by applying KVL in input loop. So from this expression, IV equal to VCC minus BVE minus ICRC divided by RV plus IC. And for common emitter configuration, IC equal to beta IV plus beta plus 1 ICVO. So here we are replacing the value of IV by this expression. IC equal to beta VCC minus BVE minus ICRC upon RV plus RC plus beta plus 1 ICVO. And by simplifying this equation, 1 plus beta RC upon RV plus RC IC equal to beta VCC minus BVE upon RV plus RC plus beta plus 1 ICVO. And now next target is to find out the stability factor of this biasing circuit. So stability factor is DIC upon DICVO. So I simply differentiate this equation with respect to ICVO. We finally got beta plus 1 RV plus RC upon RV plus beta plus 1 RC. And other factor, that is VCE. So for calculation of VCE, we must apply KVL in output loop. So KVL in output loop is VCC equal to IE RC plus VCE, VCC equal to IE/RC plus BCE. So from this expression, BC equal to VCC minus IE/RC. And here IE equal to IV plus IC. So key point coordinate is VCE, IC. And VCE we have calculated from this equation, and IC we have calculated IC from this equation. And few important points of this configuration: if beta plus 1 RC factor is very large as compared to RV, then we can ignore the value of RV. And here the stability factor will be independent of beta. So it provides the improved stability factor. What here? If this condition is true, it means we require high value of VCC. And second thing is, if IC is increasing due to any type of variation, then this factor ICRC factor is also increasing. If ICRC factor is increasing, it means IV factor is decreasing. If IP is decreasing, it means it decreases IC current. It means this biasing circuit also provides a feedback, that is the negative feedback, by applying RC resistance value. So these are the important features of this biasing circuit. We have already discussed all the things. The next biasing circuit is voltage divider bias. So configuration of voltage divider bias is given here. So here we are using two transistors R1, R2 in place of one transistor. We have already used in case of previous biasing circuits. So this configuration is first solved by using Thevenin's equivalent model. Thevenin equivalent model is nothing, it is related to network theorems. And here we have to calculate two important parameters of Thevenin equivalent model, and these are RTH, Thevenin equivalent resistance value, and BTS, Thevenin equivalent voltage value. So in Thevenin equivalent model, voltage source is connected in series with Thevenin equivalent resistance. So by converting this biasing circuit in Thevenin equivalent model, the final voltage divider bias circuit is given here. Thevenin equivalent resistance value RTH equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Thevenin equivalent voltage value is R2 VCC upon R1 plus R2, and it is given here. So voltage divider circuit is converted in Thevenin equivalent model, and now we have to find out output current and output voltage for the calculation of Q point. So for these two parameter calculation, we must apply KVL equation in input loop as well as output loop. So by applying KVL equation in input loop is here, VTH equal to IV RTH plus BBE plus IE RE. So VTH equal to IV RTH plus BBE plus IE RE. And from this expression we are finding the value of IV. IV equal to BTH minus BBE minus IC RE divided by RTH plus RE. And we know the expression for output current in case of common emitter configuration, that is IC equal to beta IV plus beta plus 1 ICVO. So in this expression we are simply replacing the value of IV. IC equal to beta BTH minus BBE minus IC RE upon RTH plus RE. This one is equivalent to IV from this equation, plus beta plus 1 ICVO. By simplifying this equation, 1 plus beta RE upon RTH plus RE IC equal to beta BTH minus BBE divided by RTH plus RE plus beta plus 1 ICVO. Now we are calculating the stability factor for this biasing circuit, that is DIC upon DICVO. So we are simply differentiating this equation with respect to ICVO, and we got the stability factor, that is beta plus 1 RTH plus RE divided by RTH plus beta plus 1 RE. VC is calculated after applying KVL equation in output loop, that is BCC equal to RC IC plus BCE plus REIE. So from this equation, BC equal to BCC minus ICRC minus IERE. So we have calculated the value of BCE and IC, that is the corresponding values of Q point. If IC is increasing due to any type of variation, then this factor is also increasing. ICRE factor is also increasing, and it reduces the value of IV. If IV reduces, it means IC is further reduces. It means the variation effect is nullified here. It means RE resistance value provides the negative feedback for this biasing circuit, and it helps to improve the stability factor. And here stability factor may be independent of beta. If beta plus 1 RE, this factor is very large as compared to RTH. If this factor is large, in this case we require high value of VCC. It is the limitation of this configuration. The few important points of this biasing circuit are given here. This method is voltage divider because R1 and R2 are dividing the biasing voltage, that is VCC voltage, to form the VTH voltage. It is Thevenin equivalent voltage. And in order to make the IC independent from beta, the condition we are following, that is RTH divided by RE, must be very less as compared to 1. RTH must be small as possible so that this condition will be fulfilled. It means R1 and R2 are small. So that is the main advantages of this biasing circuit as compared to other biasing circuits. That's why this biasing circuit is widely used as compared to others. And a small RTH reduces input impedance and draw large current from BCC. That is the limitation of this configuration. The variation range for Q point is less as compared to other biasing techniques. If we find the range, that is the variation range for Q point, then it is very less as compared to other biasing circuits. It means it provides the maximum stability for the Q point as compared to other biasing circuits. And it also has the negative feedback, and it is due to RE resistance value. And this method is widely used because of improved stability factor. So these are the important points for voltage divider biasing circuit. Thermal runaway. In case of common emitter configuration, we know the expression for output current, that is IC equal to beta IV plus beta plus 1 ICVO. So from this expression we can see IC is depending on beta, IV and ICVO. If any change in beta, IV and ICO are occurred, it means IC will also be changed. IV is depending on the BVE voltage, that is the input voltage, and BVE and ICVO, these are temperature dependent. It means if any change in temperature is there, it means it affects IV and ICVO currents. And beta is unreliable, unpredictable parameter, and its value is different for the same model and same type of transistor. If temperature increases, it causes change in ICVO. ICVO is minority charge carrier current. So minority charge carrier current is increasing if temperature is increasing. When any change in ICVO occurred, it means it affects IC. If ICVO is increasing, it means IC is also increasing. If IC is increasing, it means it produces heat, and heat causes temperature rise. It means it is a cycling process. and this cycling process destroys the transistor, or it is called self damage of unwise transistor, and this condition is the thermal runaway condition. So we must avoid this thermal runaway condition by applying some methodologies. So here important methodology is applying some negative feedback, so that whenever any change is occurred in IC, then it nullify the effect of the variation. So here we are using the negative feedback circuits we have already discussed in this lecture, and the important feedback circuits are phase-wise with emitter resistor, collector to phase-wise and voltage divider circuits. So these circuits are using negative feedback circuits or negative feedback resistance values to nullify the effect of change in IC due to any type of variation. And here heat sinks may be used for reducing the thermal runaway.